Hello everyone, this is Steven from the Even Steven channel, and today we're going to talk about the Streamlight TLR-1 and the Streamlight TLR-3 weapon light. This light. Now if you're wondering what happened between the 1 and the 3, that's a 2, obviously. The 2 is basically just this with a laser on it, and that seemed kind of gimmicky and I never got that. It was also kind of expensive. So these two weapon lights, the TLR-1 and TLR-3, I've had for over 10 years. And they've gone off and on different pistols and rifles. Now, how much I've shot through each of them over the years, I don't know. But as I needed a weapon light, I put one on, and as I needed it for something else, I take it off, put it on something else. And it's been swapping around guns for over 10 years. This one is definitely the older of the two. This one might be around 10 years, 11 years. This one might be as much as 15 years old, honestly. Not 100% sure. But let's go through it. I got some other stuff. I got I don't have the packaging. That's kind of why I was a little hesitant not to make videos about it. I don't have the packaging this stuff came in. But I have a little key kit here, and we'll get to the key kit for the TLR-1 later, and why I have it, and what that's about. Let's take a look. So we got the Streamlight TLR-1. Now currently, the current versions of this are 300 lumens. Which I guess today isn't all that impressive. And I think the version that I have might be like between 100 and 200 lumens. Because there have been a couple of iterations of this gun. You know, at some point, Streamlight started putting serial numbers. Oh, sorry, that is a serial number right there. But at some point, Streamlight started putting dates of manufacturers on there, and mine predates that. So what do we have? We have a nice little. We have either always on. We have a little momentary switch. I keep forgetting which way that goes because I usually just do momentary either way. No? There's a latch for the battery. That's the key. This is the Glock key. Got a little thing here, so you open that up, put it on the rail, tighten that down. Flat on the bottom, so you can kind of maybe rest that on top of something, on top of a windowsill, something like that. And this is pretty dirty, as you can see, but it still throws some light. If you know some way to get some of that carbon off or that gunpowder residue off, let me know a good way to get that off, because that is quite dirty at this point. And yeah, I mean, it's pretty simple. Just on off. It's a flashlight. It's a flashlight. Now to open this up, you push down on this. It should pop open, which is hard to show. There we go. And this kind of hinges off this way. And we're going to reveal. Do I have them in the right way? I guess so if it worked. But I feel like they're both supposed to be facing this way. Let me just double check that. Let me see what I'm doing. I'm gonna confuse myself. Guess that was the right way. Guess I had it right all the time. Anyway, I thought they were all both in one direction, but it's not. I gotta remember. How do I remember? Which? Okay, I see. Streamlight has dummy-proof this or foolproof this, and I'm a fool that this one goes that way, that one goes that way. I didn't realize that they were done that way. And yeah, pretty easy to see what's going on in there. Now I believe there's like a remote switch that you could clamp onto here. I've never had that. Never really saw a need to buy it. And yeah, it works pretty well. And even many years later, still works pretty well for me. Oh, can I get it back on? Now this is supposedly like waterproof or water resistant. And that's pretty hard to get back on and off. So the Streamlight TLR-3, so this is the TLR-1, and this might be a little big for certain applications. So this is the compact. Now I know there are weapon lights even smaller than this today, but this is supposedly the compact weapon light. And I think the switch works in the same way, same manner. I noticed you see there's more plastic here. This is kind of aluminum body. This is more of a plastic body. I believe this is also the Glock rail, though this one doesn't have like a name, it's more of just a letter. Similar application. This one works a little differently. This one screws on, so it's a little easy to get on and off, and this one runs on a single battery. This one is CR2. That one I didn't show it, it's CR123. So they do use different batteries. And you see there's not much going on the side. This is also waterproof or water resistant to a certain degree. This is also a little dirty. And yeah, both of these have worked very well over the years. Besides having to replace batteries, I don't think they've ever given me any trouble whatsoever. Now, one of the reasons I'm making this video is because you know, when I put this on here, you know, kind of rattles around a little bit. You can tighten it down, but it's much better if you have the proper key. And I found out even Glock doesn't use the Glock rail anymore. I didn't realize the Gen 5 Glocks use Picatinny, so why have this on here anymore? But I didn't have the parts anymore. So I went out and I bought the Glock, I think I cut the top off. The Streamlight TLR-1 and TLR-2 key kit. And I just happened to have that. Well, I ordered it. And I just happened to have that. I happened to have the weapon lights. Oh, God. So I was like, well, yeah, let's get them out. So we got P320, which is interesting. The Glock, that's the one I already have. GL Glock. Don't need this anymore because, again, even Glock doesn't use the Glock rail anymore. 1913. These are the same. These are the same size. They're just positioned slightly differently. I think I'm going to go with the 1913, even though I have P250, which is the predecessor to the 320. I'm going to go with the 1913. We also have Smith & Wesson 99. I think that was like a Walther clone. That's a weird one. And the Beretta 90-2, which is interesting because I owned a Beretta 90-2 back in the day. I think this is also like a Picatinny rail. Just, yeah, pretty close. Just sized a little differently or positioned a little differently. So that gives you an idea how old this TLR-1 is if you have Smith & Wesson and Beretta 90-2 keys. So what are we going to do? We're going to, I guess, take out this screw. See what we get here. And I'm assuming this is a replacement for this, in case you lose that. So keep that in mind. It comes with the kit. Let's see what happens if I just undo this. Okay. Alright, okay, it's part of it. Is this going to come out? It's going to come out. Oh, it lifts up, okay. I don't think I had to push this. No, pretty close. I was pushing this out of the way to kind of clear some space. I don't think I had to do that, but... So you take the Glock out, put the Picatinny one in. Now, is there any way I gotta put this in? Does it have to go this way? Can I go reversed? Okay, looking good. I don't think I've lost any pieces yet. I'm gonna over tighten this. I think it's pretty much as long as the key's in place. Doesn't seem to want to tighten all the way. And honestly, as long as that's kind of in where it's supposed to be, I'm not gonna. Just see if I can't pull this out. No, okay. It screws in, but it doesn't seem to want to go in all the way. Which is, I think that's fine. Even if this key came out, I don't think this is gonna. Even if this screw came all the way out, I don't believe this is gonna come out. So we got, and that's better. There's still a little bit, a tiny bit of play there, but I'm sure if I tighten this down a little bit, much more snug. Not super tight, honestly, but much less play. Put on the Glock, which is pretty close to the frame there, but it should still be good. Undo. Oh, I put one of those in backwards. Excuse amateur hour here, as I put one of these batteries in backwards. Alright, so that is the TLR-1 and the TLR-3. I'm not sure the exact method to replacing this key. I feel like to replace the key on this, you'd have to take the whole this part of this assembly off, and then take this out. But yeah, the TLR-1's still going pretty strong. Over 10 years, zero problems, with the exception of getting some dirt on here and changing the batteries. So that is Steven from the Even Steven channel. Please don't like, share, and subscribing. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments, and I will see you next time. Thank you, and goodbye. Wait. Before you start putting stuff in the comments about how stupid I am, wait, I figured it out. So in the key kit, there was you know, a screw and its washer and some nuts, and I was like, you know, I got concerned about the fact that this didn't tighten properly. I was like, let me go back and look. And what I realized was that these keys have nuts in the middle. So you put the nut in there, inside the key itself, and the screw tightens on the nuts. So I've gone ahead and taken my 1913 key here. I've inserted one of the nuts. This can only go in one way because I now realize that this is shaped a certain way. It can only go in one way. Has to go in that way. Screw goes back. Should I use the new one? No, let's use the other one. Screw goes back in, and now the screw is tightening on the nut. Very good. There we go. Nice and tight. So even though there was very little chance of this key coming out, there was a possibility this screw could have came out, but as long as it was attached to the weapon, this key would never have come out. However, that's the way it's supposed to be. Got it, all good to go. And now we're finally done with the TLR-1. Again, do the like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.